Hey, what's up guys? My name is 4am and welcome back to the channel. The Echoing Void DLC brought us the end to Minecraft Dungeons. Along with it, we got our hands on some very awesome new uniques to find, and in this series, I will show you every single one of them, where you can find them, and if they might be useful for a future build. Of course, I will show you which enchantment would work best on them, so guys, let's check out today's item, the Veiled Crossbow. Before we get started, I quickly wanted to say a special thanks to the members who are currently supporting the channel. If you also enjoy watching my content, you can help me grow it even more by becoming a member and unlock awesome exclusive perks. Already a big thanks. The Veiled Crossbow, an ultimate assassin type of ranged weapon which you can only find on the Echoing Voids DLC, exclusive on the Ends Wilds mission. So this one can be found in the loot table as Shadow Crossbow because it's the common or rare variant. Of course, if you're putting this one on the default difficulty, you will have a way higher chance of finding this weapon. But then again, if you want to get your hands on the best one with 3 enchantment slots, I always recommend you to search for the highest Apocalypse Plus. The common or rare variant, the Shadow Crossbow, already has a very cool built-in enchantment called a chance to shadow form on kills. So every time when you kill a mob, you have a chance of turning invisible, just like when you're drinking the Shadow Brew or use the Shadow Shifter. To check out this effect in action, we're gonna travel to the Creeper Woods on Apocalypse difficulty. Alright, so I have a common 245 Shadow Crossbow right here, which of course has the built-in chance of shadow form on kill. So I'm gonna equip this bad boy and we're gonna kill some enemies. So we just killed a zombie right there and we turned invisible with the shadow form. If we do that again, look at that. We actually have a pretty high chance of triggering this every single time. So right here, once again, we get the shadow form, shooting this guy, shooting another guy. It looks like it has a 33 or even 50% chance of triggering, which in my opinion is a very high chance and can make it extremely fun to play with some stealth builds. And this, my friends, is only the common or rare variant, the Shadow Crossbow. The unique variant is even cooler. So this one, the Veiled Crossbow, also has the built-in first shot won't break shadow form enchantment, which of course makes it even more interesting to shoot with your ranged weapon when you're in stealth. So right now, if we shoot something, we have a chance of turning invisible. We can actually shoot another shot without leaving the shadow form, so that is really cool. And of course, if you're drinking a Shadow Brew, you will have exactly the same effect. Of course, this one will have a longer duration. The very first shot will keep you invisible. Unfortunately, I didn't have the moment yet where I actually shot something in stealth, which gave me a new stealth proc, but I think that simply won't be possible, so there's always going to be a moment where you're actually visible to enemies. Even though the duration of the stealth isn't fantastic, I think the Veiled Crossbow is a really cool new ranged weapon. I mean, it definitely makes up for some very awesome new builds which we can try, but in general, it is not gonna be the most powerful ranged weapon in the game. It's gonna be difficult to one-hit kill mobs with this one on the highest Apocalypse Plus, but of course, if you want to go for a very cool sneaky build, I think this is definitely the ranged weapon to go with. There's actually a very cool new melee enchantment which also benefits greatly from stealth builds pretty much, which is called the Ambush. Attacks on mobs that are not actively targeting you will deal increased damage. 45% bonus damage on the maximum tier, so if you have a short stealth duration, I think it's going to be really cool to combine both ranged and melee attacks to deal the most damage to your enemies. Combine that with a Shadow Shifter and you can become a flipping ninja on the battlefield. I think this is going to be really cool to test. But I think builds like these will also have a lot of trial and error involved because they're not going to be very simple to play. Anyways, if you want to put a nice enchantment on this ranged weapon, I think you should definitely go with a Void Strike. Attacking a target applies a damage multiplier that rises steadily to a max level, then it is removed. So you pretty much put the modifier on your enemy, so it will deal of course more damage the next time when you hit it. So if you also have the Ambush enchantment in combination with that, I think your ambushes can be very deadly. If you're feeling lucky, you can also add crit to that because it will give you a chance to inflict critical hits, dealing triple the damage every time when you shoot your crossbow. With a 20% chance to trigger, I think this can be really cool. If you're shooting targets at long range, I think the growing can also be very nice, especially if you only have 3 seconds in stealth. The growing will be interesting because mobs won't be able to see you, you just shoot them from afar, plus 70% damage right there is gonna be really powerful. If you don't really care about your ranged weapon and if you only want to stealth around a little bit, I think the refreshment can be really cool because this one also makes the cooldowns when killing mobs lower of your potion even when you're not hitting them with your arrows. Next to that, we also have the looting. So if you just want to focus on melee, add a looting to your ranged weapon so you can increase the chances for mobs to drop consumables when you kill them. Once again, this also triggers when killing with melee, so it can definitely be powerful. Same counts for the Prospector. Find more emeralds of fallen enemies, just take them down with melee, and you will definitely increase the chances by 300% of the maximum tier. If you want to secretly kill very tough mobs, enchanted mobs, I think the enchanting with plus 100% bonus damage can also be an interesting enchantment, but there are definitely more interesting things out there if you want to focus on consistent damage. So I actually found two different Veiled Crossbows. This one has a power level 251 with critical hit, multi-shot and levitation shot. I would definitely go for multi-shot because you have a higher chance of killing something with your arrows, and then of course also a higher chance of triggering the shadow form. Then we also have the committed, the tempo theft and the chain reaction. Don't think those are going to be very interesting. Maybe chain reaction in combination with multi-shot might trigger the shadow form a lot more quickly. But then, I don't know, if we're going for an assassination build, I think the tempo theft can be really awesome to steal movement speed of enemy mobs. Then last but not least, we also have the Dynamo right here, the Exploding and the Accelerate. I would definitely go with Dynamo because of course if you constantly keep rolling, you can hit like a truck. And then we also have the Veiled Crossbow with the Gilded. So this one also has a built-in extra damage to undeads. This is pretty much just smiting, and this one was actually recently added to ranged weapons. So right now you can increase the damage by 40% when you hit those with your ranged weapons. I think it's gonna be pretty cool, especially if you're running through those levels where you have a lot of skeletons and zombies like the Creeper Boots and the Creepy Crypt. What could also be pretty cool to play with is, for example, the dipping poison right there. So if you're going for an assassination build, if you use a health potion, you actually have poison arrows in your inventory, 8 of them in total after drinking your potion. So let me just upgrade this one to the final tier. Right now, if we stand a little bit further away from the target dummy, drink our potion, look at that, we get the poison arrows. I think this can be very cool. So if we shoot the target dummy, look at that, we will deal a lot of poison damage right there. If we stand even further away, we actually have the growing. So at long range, these arrows can definitely be pretty deadly. So right here, I'm hiding in the woods, shooting the target dummy, and look at that. I think it looks pretty cool. Alright, so there you have it, everything you need to know about this Echoing Void exclusive new unique. What are your thoughts about this item? Already found one with nice enchantments? Make sure to leave it in the comments down below. And of course, if you found this video helpful, please take a moment to hit that like button as it helps me out a lot. Also, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for future Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons content because a lot more is coming your way. Right now though, it is 4 AM out. I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Take care. Peace.